Nima, was it a mistake for the DA to post, then delete a screenshot of that undated letter that Eric Menendez wrote decades ago?
I don't think so, Laura, and I think all signs point to George Gascon agreeing to a resentencing. Now, he's
Hmm.
had this information for quite some time, more than a year, but things are moving very quickly. And we've talked about the legal case and the challenges that Eric and Lyle have in proving self-defense, but they have presented a masterful case in the court of public opinion. Veronica and I were talking off camera, and I haven't seen a crowd like this in Los Angeles in or outside a courtroom since OJ. And there's a lot of support both here locally and throughout the nation for the brothers. I mean, setting aside the family members that spoke today. So I think all signs do point to George Gascon agreeing to this resentencing. And I think it'll happen before the November 5th election because, of course, he's in a very highly contested race.
And it seems that if you do a resentence, it would be a lower charge and possibly the time served would be enough, quote, so to speak, in terms of the actual sentencing, as opposed to life without the possibility of parole. But we'll see. Robert, you have followed this case since the very beginning. I mean, prosecutors have been unmoved by the brothers' pleas throughout all of these years. Do you think that right now the reconsideration of a sentence is an earnest effort by this DA?
I do. If you had asked me a month ago if I thought George Gascon would get involved in the Menendez brothers case before his election campaign ended, I would have said he's not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. And now today, I think that there could be an actual decision by DA George Gascon right before the election.
You spoke, I understand, with some of the family members today. What did they tell you?
They are very hopeful. I mean, the news conference today was extremely powerful. It really hit the level of emotion that was in the courtroom when the brothers were on trial in the 1990s. I had one of the 12 reserved seats in the courtroom. So there were 200 other reporters who were watching the Court TV video feed of the trial events. And to actually be in the courtroom and be 20 feet away from the witness stand is a completely different experience than watching clips on YouTube or Court TV. And, you know, what the people watching Court TV couldn't see there were 5 family seats right in front of me. And the family was emotional. They were crying every day. So to see them today actually express that emotion in front of cameras was incredibly powerful.
Nima, the brothers' maternal aunt says the timing of this appeal, though we're talking about the reelection campaign of the DA, the maternal aunt says the timing of this appeal has nothing to do with politics. Listen.
While I recognize it is election season, this isn't about us or about the politics. It's about finding the truth, delivering justice, creating space for healing.
This DA is an elected official. He is in the middle of a tough reelection campaign. But what do you make of the accusations that the review of these murder convictions, which frankly has been asked for quite some time, could be a political ploy of some point?
Laura, I have to respectfully disagree with the aunt. The timing of all this, when the district attorney's office has had this evidence for more than 1 year. And it's not just this case. The Marilyn Manson alleged sexual assaults, those are now being reviewed after 2 years. And it just goes to show the power of an election and, frankly, the power of a Netflix series. We've seen it time and time again where a documentary can change the trajectory of a legal case completely. Britney Spears and her conservatorship of more than 10 years. R. Kelly was never brought to justice until surviving R. Kelly. And Bob Durst, of course, 3 murders over the span of decades. And that documentary finally caused the district attorney here to charge him and convict him. So given the fact that the Netflix series Monsters is so popular, we're in the middle of this election. The timing is just right. The stars have aligned for Eric and Lyle to be released.
Well, that may be true, but I want to just read for the audience one of the gut-wrenching exchanges during the trial. In fact, why don't I play it for you?
Now, do you recall the first time that he wasn't nice during the sex?
Yes. Yes.
And you were 11?
I was 11.
You got to wonder, election or not, how this information would have played into a jury's evaluation in full today. I want to thank you both.